What if I told you that cardamom worth $200 per kilogram grows successfully in containers indoors anywhere? That 3 to 4 years patience creates permanent spice supply, eliminating $100 to $200 annual purchases? Today, I'll show you complete cultivation system transforming expensive spice into affordable homegrown luxury. Why cardamom is worth $200 per kilogram. Cardamom ranks as third most expensive spice globally, after saffron and vanilla commanding premium prices. Labor-intensive harvest requires handpicking individual pods at perfect ripeness, then careful sorting. Limited growing regions worldwide restrict supply to tropical mountain forests. High culinary demand spans Indian, Middle Eastern, and Scandinavian cuisines, creating consistent market. Medicinal properties, including digestive aid and anti-inflammatory benefits, increase value. Small quantity provides intense flavor-making spice lasts longer than volume herbs. Retail markup reaches 10 to 20 times wholesale cost, creating extreme price disparity. Result shows growing own cardamom eliminates $100 to $200 yearly spice costs while providing superior freshness and quality. Understanding cardamom's native habitat includes Western Ghats Mountains in India, where cardamom grows under forest canopy in filtered shade. High humidity persists year-round, ranging 60 to 90% relative humidity. Consistent warmth without frost ever occurring proves essential for survival. Rich organic soil from decomposing leaves provides fertility naturally. Monsoon rainfall pattern creates distinct wet and dry seasons. Altitude ranges 2,500 to 5,000 feet elevation in cool mountain forests. Temperature stays moderate, never extremely hot or cold. Result requires recreating tropical forest understory conditions indoors through controlled environment, including shade, humidity, warmth, and organic rich soil mimicking natural growing conditions exactly. Green versus black cardamom. Green cardamom, scientifically named Elateria cardamomum, represents true cardamom species. Value reaches $200 to $400 per kilogram retail with sweet aromatic flavor profile. Uses include desserts, chai tea, rice dishes, and Scandinavian baking applications. Growing demands more precise conditions requiring warmth and high humidity consistently. Black cardamom, scientifically Amomum subulatum, represents different species entirely. Value ranges $50 to $100 per kilogram with smoky camphor flavor profile. Uses emphasize savory dishes, curries, and meat broths predominantly. Growing proves easier, tolerating slightly cooler and drier conditions. Result shows green cardamom commands higher value, but black cardamom offers easier cultivation for beginners. The 3 to 4 year wait explained. Year 1 focuses establishment with underground rhizome developing extensive root system. Foliage growth proceeds slowly during initial establishment period. Year 2 brings vigorous foliage production with clump expanding through multiple new shoots emerging. Still no flowers appear as plant builds energy reserves. Year 3 sees first flower stalks emerging from base near soil level. First small pod harvest becomes possible, though production remains minimal. Year 4 and beyond delivers regular annual production, increasing as plant matures further. Patience proves absolutely essential as this represents long-term investment, not quick return crop. Result demands accepting multi-year timeline before harvesting valuable spice pods from established mature container versus ground-growing ground planting. Works exclusively in USDA zones 10 through 11, including Florida, Hawaii, and Southern California, frost-free areas. Larger plants and higher yields result from unrestricted root growth. Container growing enables cultivation everywhere else through portable controlled environment. Bring containers indoors during winter and cold climates, preventing frost damage. Pot size minimum 10 to 20 gallons required for production level plants. Larger containers support larger plants, producing more pods proportionally. Greenhouse option provides best of both worlds with protected ground planting. Result shows container growing makes cardamom accessible anywhere with proper care and environmental control, despite natural tropical habitat requirements. Sourcing plants and starting. Cardamom specialty. Tropical plant nurseries online provide most reliable cardamom plant sources. Low Gs, top tropicals, and fast-growing trees stock regularly. Cost ranges $25 to $60 per starter plant depending on size and age. eBay and Etsy offer variable quality requiring careful seller review checking. Local tropical plant growers or collectors sometimes sell divisions. Botanical gardens occasionally offer plant sales featuring unusual tropicals. Starting from seed proves difficult though possible with fresh seeds only. Viability drops rapidly after pod harvest, requiring immediate planting. Germination proceeds slowly, taking 1 to 3 months, even with ideal conditions. Success rate reaches only 30 to 60%, even with fresh, viable seed. Bottom heat maintaining 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit proves essential. Keep soil consistently moist, never wet or dry. Seedling growth extremely slow, first-year testing patients severely. Starting from rhizome divisions provides easier propagation method. Mature plant divisions work best with visible growth buds present. Plant rhizome sections horizontally 2 inches deep in soil. Each section needs 3 to 4 inches length with multiple nodes. Sprouts emerge in 4 to 8 weeks after planting divisions. Purchasing considerations focus on buying largest affordable plant saving significant time. 1-year-old plants cost $30 to $40 typically. 2-year-old plants range $50 to $80 but approach flowering sooner. Closer to flowering age provides better value despite higher initial cost. Check seller reviews carefully before purchasing online. Ask specifically about variety, confirming green versus black cardamom. Acclimation after purchase prevents shock from sudden environmental changes. Don't repot immediately, allowing recovery from shipping stress. Gradually adjust plant to your specific home conditions over 1 week. Increase humidity, slowly preventing leaf damage. Provide bright indirect light first week before moving to permanent location. Quarantine from other houseplants for 2 to 3 weeks. Watch for pests including spider mites and scale insects. Inspect leaves and stems daily during quarantine period. Treat any pest issues before introducing near other plants. Expected timeline remains realistic with purchase of 1-year plant today. Years 2 through 3 focus on growth and establishment without flowering. Years 4 through 5 bring first harvest possibility with increasing production. This crop requires long-term investment mindset, not instant gratification expectations, soil, container, and potting requirements. Soil composition proves critical for success with specific mix required. Combine 40% quality potting mix, 30% orchid bark or pine bark in large chunks, 20% perlite or pumice for drainage, and 10% compost or worm castings for fertility. pH ranging 5.5 to 6.5 slightly acidic matches natural habitat. This mix mimics forest floor, combining organic matter with excellent drainage. Retains moisture without waterlogging, preventing root rot. Aeration through chunky components prevents compaction. Organic matter provides slow-release nutrition naturally. Container selection requires minimum 10 gallons for starter plants. Ideal size reaches 15 to 20 gallons for mature production-level plants. Material choice includes plastic, ceramic, or terracotta, all working adequately. Drainage holes prove essential with 2 to 3 minimum, preventing water accumulation. Width exceeds depth as rhizomes spread horizontally, not deeply. Repotting schedule starts annually during years 1 through 2 in spring season. Size up 2 to 4 inches diameter each repotting. Years 3 plus requires repotting every 2 years or when root bound. Check roots by gently sliding plant from container. Drainage layer at bottom uses 1 to 2 inches pot shards, gravel, or bark chunks. Prevents soil from clogging drainage holes over time. Maintains aeration at container bottom, preventing anaerobic conditions. Planting depth positions rhizome 1 to 2 inches below soil surface. Too deep increases rot risk from excessive moisture. Too shallow causes drying out from air exposure. Crown slightly exposed proves acceptable. Surface mulching applies 1 to 2 inches orchid bark or shredded bark. Maintains consistent moisture, preventing surface crusting. Mimics natural forest leaf litter layer. Refresh mulch 2 to 3 times yearly as it decomposes. Container weight consideration calculates large pot plus soil plus plant, totaling 50 to 100 plus pounds. Use rolling plant caddy if moving seasonally. Permanent location eliminates heavy lifting entirely. Multiple plant strategy starts 2 to 3 plants, providing insurance against failure. One plant may die while others thrive. Stagger plantings across years 1, 2, and 3 ensures continuous production once plants reach maturity. Light, temperature, and humidity control. Light requirements specify bright indirect light, avoiding direct hot sun. 60 to 70% shade mimics natural forest canopy conditions. East or west-facing window provides perfect light levels. Avoid direct afternoon sun scorching delicate leaves. South-facing window needs sheer curtain filtering intensity. North-facing window proves too dark in most locations. Supplemental grow lights compensate for insufficient natural light. Outdoor summer placement uses shaded patio or under tree canopy. Morning sun with afternoon shade creates ideal pattern. Transition gradually through hardening off process, preventing shock. Bring indoors before first frost threatens in fall. Temperature requirements maintain ideal range 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. Minimum tolerance reaches 50 degrees Fahrenheit temporarily without damage. Maximum tolerance extends to 95 degrees Fahrenheit with adequate humidity. Below 50 degrees causes growth cessation and potential damage. Above 95 degrees creates stress without corresponding humidity increase. Humidity proves most critical and challenging requirement. Required range spans 60 to 80% relative humidity. Typical home maintains only 30 to 50%, proving insufficient. Multiple methods increase humidity, including pebble tray under pot with water evaporation. Grouping with other tropical plants creates humid microclimate. Room humidifier costing $30 to $100 provides most effective solution. Misting 2 to 3 times daily helps short term. Bathroom growing utilizes naturally humid environment. Pebble tray setup fills large saucer with pebbles. Add water to just below pebble surface level. Pot sits on pebbles, never directly in water. Evaporation creates humid microclimate around plant. Refill water 2 to 3 times weekly, maintaining level. Humidifier provides most effective long-term solution. Cool mist type preferred over warm mist. Place near plant without direct mist contact. Run continuously or use timer control. Set to 60 to 70% humidity level. Monitor using hygrometer, costing $10 to $15. Signs of low humidity include brown leaf tips and edges. Leaf curling indicates insufficient moisture. Spider mite infestation thrives in dry conditions. Slow growth and failure to flower result from chronic low humidity. Watering, feeding, and maintenance. Watering schedule maintains consistently moist soil, never wet or dry. Top 1-inch drying signals thorough watering needed. Frequency typically ranges 2 to 4 times weekly depending on conditions. Never allow complete drying out or sitting in standing water. Root rot results from waterlogged conditions while drying kills plants. Water quality matters significantly with rainwater or filtered water best. Tap water should sit 24 hours, allowing chlorine evaporation. Avoid softened water containing damaging salts. Use room temperature water, preventing cold shock to roots. Fertilization schedule applies dilute liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks during growing season, spring through fall. Use half-strength balanced NPK formula like 10-10-10 or 20-20-20. Organic alternatives include fish or seaweed emulsion. Winter feeding reduces to monthly or stops entirely during dormancy. Organic fertilizer options use compost tea monthly. Worm castings top dress quarterly. Fish emulsion diluted according to package directions. Avoid excessive nitrogen promoting foliage over flowers. Pruning needs remain minimal with only dead or yellow leaves removed at base. Don't prune healthy green leaves. Flower stalks develop at soil level, requiring careful observation. Allow natural growth habit without interference. Pest management addresses spider mites from low humidity. Spray with water or neem oil treatment. Scale insects hide on leaf undersides requiring inspection. Scrape off manually or use alcohol swab. Fungus gnats indicate overwatering requiring drier conditions. Annual maintenance tasks include repotting or top dressing soil each spring. Refresh mulch layer as it decomposes. Inspect thoroughly for pests. Divide overcrowded rhizomes, creating new plants. Flowering, harvesting, and processing. Flower stalk identification shows emergence from plant base at rhizome level, separate from regular leaf stalks growing differently. Creeps horizontally along soil surface or mulch layer. Small buds form along horizontal stalk. White or purple flowers appear on green cardamom varieties. Pollination requires hand pollination indoors without native bees. Use small paintbrush or cotton swab, transferring pollen. Work flower to flower in early morning. Not all flowers set pods, which proves normal. Pod development timeline spans 4 to 5 months from pollination to mature pods. Pods start green and elongated, gradually plumping. Turn yellow-green when approaching ripeness. Harvest before fully yellow for best flavor retention. Timing proves critical for quality spice production. Harvest indicators show pods green but fully plump. Slight yellow tinge beginning at tips. Firm when squeezed gently without soft spots. Seeds inside turn brown when pods cut open for checking. Harvesting technique uses scissors cutting pods individually. Leave 1-inch stem attached to pod. Never pull pods damaging plant and future production. Harvest every few days as pods ripen unevenly. Early morning harvest captures best quality. Processing fresh pods starts with gentle washing and pat drying. Spread in single layer for drying. Sun drying works traditionally in dry climates. Dehydrator at 95 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit for 48 to 72 hours works reliably. Fully dry pods snap when bent rather than bending flexibly. Yield expectations show year 3 producing 10 to 30 pods total. Year 4 increases to 50 to 100 pods. Year 5 plus delivers 100 to 300 plus pods annually. Mature container plant produces 200 to 500 grams dried pods, yearly worth $40 to $200 value. Storage maintains whole pods in airtight container. Keep in dark, cool location. Last 12 to 24 months whole maintaining quality. Grind only as needed preserving flavor. Ground cardamom loses potency rapidly within weeks. Cardamom worth $200 per kilogram justifies 3 to 4 year patience required for first harvest from homegrown plants. Container growing enables cultivation in any climate through controlled indoor environment. Starting costs total $30 to $60 for plant plus basic supplies, making entry affordable. Mature plants produce $40 to $200 annual value in harvested spice eliminating purchases indefinitely. Humidity maintaining 60 to 80% represents most challenging requirement needing humidifier investment. Patience proves essential as cardamom offers no instant gratification, requiring long-term commitment. Years 3 through 4 bring first small harvest beginning. Years 5 plus deliver regular reliable production, increasing with plant maturity. Tropical forest conditions prove achievable indoors with proper equipment and care. Humidifier investment of $50 to $100 proves worthwhile for success. Flavor quality exceeds store-bought cardamom dramatically. Freshness guaranteed through grinding seeds is needed. Propagation through rhizome division creates unlimited plants over time. Share divisions with friends or sell starter plants. Never buy expensive cardamom again after plants establish production. Start today accepting 3 to 4 year timeline to harvest. Long-term spice independence rewards patient, dedicated growers. Moderate to advanced difficulty level suits experienced indoor gardeners. Rewarding crop for patient growers willing to meet specific requirements, creating living investment, appreciating yearly through continuous production.